What if Yakko's world, though, had a giant battle royale? Now, famously, this world map that he's singing about is extremely cooked. I don't even know where they came up with this stuff. For example, the country of Asia? Why did he say Asia? And this mod in the World War Simulator is going to reflect that. Here, for example, is the country of Asia. Famously, also in Yakko's world, the nation of Iceland is shown twice. As you can see, behind Yakko's head, we have a yellow Iceland and then a Iceland 2 controlled by Greenland. I guess one just wasn't enough for these animators. Also, yeah, I don't know what the hell this was supposed to be. Probably Antarctica. And yes, you can see whatever this land formation is in the first frame of this video. Bro, the map is so cursed. It's so crazy. And yet the video has over 31 million views, spreading false information to kids all around the world. I think that's part of the appeal of the video, though. It's so weird and wonky. Keep in mind, they released this all the way back in the 90s. So, you know, the world, to be fair, was looking very different post-Soviet collapse. Maybe they just had a really messed up globe that the animators were using for reference. So the map and the colors don't necessarily matter as long as Yakko specifically references the country by name in the song. It will be seen reflected on this World War Simulator map. Well, I think some of the weird geographical quirks made their way over, but it's supposed to be just by, you know, name only. One famous example is he did mention Scotland as a country for whatever reason. Yakko famously is very pro-Scottish independence. Also, funny enough, he mentions both Israel and Palestine. Yes. Oh, that's spicy. Also, funny enough, directly referencing Tibet. Insane, bro. Talk about 3 trillion negative credit score, but doesn't say a word about North Korea. The capital's Pyongyang? Apparently, Indonesia does not control half of the island of Guinea. This is all just New Guinea. There's also huge swaths of territory that haven't even been named. Like, all this white stuff, that's just gonna be open for the taking. Anyone can colonize that. He didn't say South Africa? I don't think I ever noticed that. South Africa is famously omitted from the list of countries. The omission is widely attributed to the international solidarity and boycott campaigns against South Africa. Yep, that was popular in the 90s. They was doing crazy stuff over there. Funny how long that has lasted, too. Like, that's still affecting everyone's worldview today. This video is so crazy. Also, Russia is currently drawn still with their old Soviet borders, so they control the Caucasus Mountains, Central Asia. Ukraine hasn't been released. The Baltics haven't been released, even though this was released in 93. Again, they were probably using a very old globe for reference. So let's go ahead and see who first of all colonizes all this open territory. Argentina is going to start off a lot more powerful than normal. Oh, so there's no Falklands at all. A lot of people already forming giant alliances. Everyone knows Yakko does not claim that any alliances exist in the world. Interesting, New Guinea and New Zealand have formed an alliance. We also have a very weird, thick Austria. A lot thicker than I'm used to. Yugoslavia still exists in the 90s, which is, well, correct, but it's beginning to fall apart, right? Or has it already fallen apart by 93? There's not too much to work with. Belfast barely exists here. We're already going to see the deaths of several nations. Holy crap, there goes a massive what the hell? Why? Did he really mention Transylvania? My god, this video was more messed up than I've ever even knew at this point. I sometimes wonder, he's obviously he's just like saying certain words because it goes probably better rhythmically and with the song and stuff like that, rhymes. Okay, well, we have a giant vampire nation that is now attacking, well, Switzerland, who just took over Austria. Dude, I want the nation of Asia to win. At least he mentioned Taiwan. Oh, they're allied to each other. Look at that alliance. Oh, wow. The Philippines labeled as the Philippines Islands. I mean, I guess that's kind of correct. Guam. Oh, Guam is here. There's probably so many little countries that I'm missing. So many little Easter eggs. The US is looking pretty giant. The projection of the map is very different. This is like the older World War Simulator map projection. So it actually weakens Canada, I think, a little bit and buffs up US. Look at how much bigger the Russians are compared to everybody else. Oh, no. Poland's a part of the Warsaw Pact again. The Cold War has never ended. Damn, Transylvania! They've puppeted Switzerland too? Is that the accurate Transylvanian flag as well? We've got a very big Angola, also a big Chad. South Sudan obviously doesn't exist until 2011. And then there's no like Ethiopian Eritrean war, so Ethiopia is still big. It's interesting to see Yakko's misconceptions of the world versus like actually what is going around this time. There's still a lot of map changes that is to be had. So India is fighting Bangladesh and Pakistan at the same time. We also have China moving in after Thailand. Oh, and then famously Cambodia is referred to as Kampuchea. What is that again? That's a very old term for Cambodia. Oh, Vietnam is now dead. Very big Malaysia and Borneo. The island of Borneo is mentioned as an independent island from Indonesia. New Zealand got whoa, New Zealand! Never seen New Zealand do this. That's very impressive, New Zealand. How did you manage to do this, actually? Somebody must have the power of Yakko that's taken over countries. I think that both Yemens. Yemen is referred to as both Yemens, but then there's also Oman. Now, there was 2 Yemens, funny enough, but I don't think it was displayed on the map like that. There was like British Yemen, there's South Yemen and something else in Yemen or something. I don't even remember. Holy crap. Okay, so a lot of nations integrating. Wait, who is this? Oh, that's Brazil integrating. So Brazil has destroyed Uruguay. Even though this is a very strong Argentina, they've got a ways to go. This is literally just pure power, pure pixels going to the Argentinian Empire. They might be able to compete with Brazil, but Brazil has already puppeted Venezuela. French Guyana is an independent country as well, and Bermuda is in fact independent according to Yakko. Yakko, you know, it's weird. I watched this series as a kid. I don't remember how to pronounce his name though properly. Yakko is the same thing, is it not? China is moving in after Russia, which you better be careful of doing that. I remember I'd watch this show, but I wasn't even really a big fan of Animaniacs. It was kind of weird. I was hate watching all the way back in the 90s, believe it or not. Algeria moving into 2 African nations, neighbors too. Transylvania looks like the strongest country in all of Europe. Oh, that's right, Czechoslovakia is still here. New Zealand has now puppeted Indonesia. Okay, this is getting really crazy. I actually love this start for New Zealand. They're now the 5th biggest country on Earth, and Russia has allied to Transylvania. Oh, who's gonna win? Which Iceland? Okay, well, there's 2 Icelands. This is gonna either give Greenland even more power. Oh, they've just puppeted the 2nd Iceland, but Canada's gotta be, well, you know, Greenland is a little bit more powerful, but Canada probably could still roll over this Greenland. Florida has been taken over by Caribbean, the nation of Caribbean, yes, because they are here, that exists. It's just, you know what, to be fair to Yakko, it's just, there's too many small little islands over here, too many insignificant islands, who cares? Yeah, just call it the Caribbean, bro. What the hell is this? Oh, we have a bigger Lesotho. That's right, South Africa looks all messy. How are these nations supposed to catch up to Russia? Russia is so big here, and oh, whoa, so Poland took over Germany and the lowlands. That's crazy. Pennsylvania looks like they're gonna try to go into Italy. I wish I would have checked how many nations we started off with. We have 117 nations, so at least he named over 100 countries, even if he made up those countries. But, you know, tomato, who cares? Venezuela with their independence. They also destroyed Colombia. They haven't puppeted Peru. Brazil puppeted Peru. This is huge, especially if Venezuela can get their independence and ally to Argentina. China has taken over Korea, and they were doing an invasion over Japan, but Japan is not going to have that. Japan is retaking the Korean peninsula. Oh boy. Oh, now they're getting into Nanking, aren't they? Oh boy. Okay, here we go again. Italy is taking over all of France, and the Caribbean is taking over all of the Caribbean, which actually feels that feels right, yeah. Forgot to show some of these alliances. Wow, the Ottawa Alliance. We have the Moscow League, who controls basically the Cold War's back, baby. When you don't destroy Russia or the Soviet Union, they just take over Europe once again. Oh yeah, there's lots of little teams forming up all over the place. Argentina allied to a lot of Central America, basically all of Central America. And Russia has destroyed Mongolia. Russia now trying to destroy Finland. And we actually do not have, wow, the Icelandic people of Iceland 2. Wait, which one's actually Iceland 2? I think technically this is Iceland 2. Alaska is moving over to try to fight the US. I mean, to fight their old Russia, my bad. Denmark has actually taken over all of Norway. Bad news for Brazil. This is not looking good for them. They've lost cores to Argentina and Venezuela at this point. Nigeria looking awfully big. There was a lot of Africa that I think was left off of his little song, so there might be a big power that grows out of Africa. Who knows? Okay, more of Central America is beginning to consolidate as El Salvador is looking pretty big. US trying to retake the Caribbean. China's looking more and more disgusting. China, why haven't you tried to get back Tibet? Yakko must love the Dalai Lama. Maybe he's a fan. There it is. Transylvania has taken over Italy and France. This is crazy. And even puppeted Greece. And we have some fighting over here. Yeah, how's Scotland still going? UK destroyed Ireland. And there goes Scotland. All right. Iceland one is doing a great job defending themselves. Iceland should control both Icelands, right? I feel like that's only natural. China moving into Myanmar. And China has taken out the Philippines and Taiwan. Look at this, man. Argentina. This is... Yakko would be so proud. With the exclusion of whatever the hell this even was from the animators, they have been able to take over Chile, Peru, even Ecuador, making them very solidly the big real estate power in South America with this lost continent here. And the US has destroyed Mexico with the help of El Salvador. They're still trying to freak out and worry about the Caribbean. I'm sure they're freaking out. And is that Portugal making it to Newfoundland? I think it is. Holy crap, they united Copenhagen. This is between Poland and the Nordic states. Somalia has landed in the Arabian Peninsula. Saudi Arabia still exists, but Turkey's taken over all of Iran. Afghanistan moving into Russia. Let's go New Zealand. They just puppeted Bangladesh. India's destroyed their rival Pakistan. Oh my goodness. And And Poland is clearly, they do not like Russia. They're extremely annoyed of Russia, apparently. Iceland is going. Oh, I love this Iceland. Argentina is the de facto ruler over South America as they've destroyed Brazil and they've puppeted Venezuela. The world is all good now that evil South Africa has been eliminated and has unified under Botswana. Whoa, that's a pretty big Ethiopia. So Russia is now dead. Destroyed by China, Poland, and Iceland. They all deserve a little credit. Ooh, that's a big Afghanistan. Poland has also puppeted Turkey. It's about to be the US versus Argentina for battle over the Western Hemisphere. China, Canada, and Transylvania is now the third biggest nation on Earth in Argentina. There's actually only 30. Whoa, Somalia! What the hell? Damn, how does Somalia get that big? Transylvania is now moving into Canadian territory. Oh my, what in the hell? How did you do that, Somalia? What is even going on here, Somalia? What the hell? Transylvania has what did you do? How did Transylvania take over New Zealand? Okay, now Somalia might be trying to unify with some people. Finally, all is right in this world. Iceland controls Iceland 1 and, well, Iceland 2 without these 3 pixels. Oh, what the hell just happened? Something very bad happened to Canada, I think. I can't even tell you what's happened. Transylvania has taken over the world with the power of vampires. Argentina is controlling more and more of the deep south from the US. There we go. Okay, now they completely control both Icelands. That's right, as they should. I love how you can't even mention or not mention certain countries without it being like this big political thing. Like even Yakko learned all those years ago. Yakko, my bad. You cannot leave off or leave in certain countries. Like it's just going to be controversial, and then it's going to get 31 million views and just show the age of the time. Botswana states. Botswana. Why is there so many A's? Why are they doing that? Oh, was it always like that? I think I just missed the joke. I think because it was spelled in the video with a lot of A's. Is it because that's the part that he sings? Botswana. Let's go, Iceland. Iceland should be undefeatable now. Okay, apparently the US is basically just gone. Oh man, Botswana really doing a huge number on Transylvania. Ethiopia doesn't even exist in where Ethiopia should be existing. There's 12 nations left. Oh, Iceland finally. Oh, Canada's just eliminated. Like how Poland looks like Switzerland right here. Who is gonna stop Botswana? Botswana. I should say it like that. Japan is number 1. Where's Japan at? Oh, Japan is currently a part of the Botswana states. Okay, that's why I was confused. India still exists. Costa Rica, who controls all of Central America and a little bit of South America, is, yeah, they're owned by Japan. That's a big Iceland. Really love it. Okay, well, maybe there goes Iceland. I like that Transylvania and Iceland are both allied to each other. There's also the Japanese League in the last final 8 of these countries, and the new, what is that? What is that? I don't know. And then there were 6 or 5 nations left. My bad, can't even count. Yakko should have taught me how to count too. I thought he did. And Transylvania really coming out on top. Argentina in the west though, we're down to 2 nations. Transylvania with a pretty big advantage though, as they're a lot bigger. Argentina with they clearly found the Holy Grail or some sort of fountain of youth or something out there in this random island, because they've never done so good in their life. But is it enough to defeat the vampires? Oh, okay, yeah, clearly it is not. Love here that a random country that was just mentioned in the Animaniacs won the game. That's very appropriate. Thank you for teaching me everything I know about geography. If you want me to say any name you want here, check that Patreon link in the description. This is not a username. This is a randomly assorted bunch of letters. Luxembourg lover. Never change Drew, parentheses, unless you want to, parentheses, King Bear Connor Pavlik, Nord Tyrol, Big Lou the Goat, Astro Timothy Darkcaster, Vamp, Constantine, and Eric Perez J.